Welcome back to our part 2 video in our series of 6 videos for the Molly Mine purse, now available from Designs by JuJu. I am Michelle with Designs by JuJu, and in today's part 2 video, I'm going to be showing you how to stitch some of the pages within the Molly Mine purse, as well as how to attach the pockets that we stitched in our part 1 video. If you have not checked out part 1 yet, make sure to do that before watching part 2. All right, so for today's tutorial, this video is going to be broken into 2 halves. So the first half is going to be stitching the page 2 for our Molly Mine purse. So I already have my supplies needed laid out in front here. And for the page 2, you will need the following supplies. Fabric cut according to the supply list listed within your PDF download. For all of my fabric, I will be using the Essence collection from Riley Blake Designs. I have some applique fabric for the sun, as well as this beautiful orange for the page itself. I also have a piece of fabric that is folded in half here, measuring 3 inches by 8 inches when it's pressed. So here's my top seam. It was initially 6 by 8 inches, but again, I pressed it in half. You will need that for the pocket for page 2. I also have some embroidery thread for all of my accessory stitching, as well as some thread that is going to be used on the outer stitching for the cover of my book. That's what this pink thread here is for, and a coordinating bobbin. You will want to make sure that whatever thread you're using for our page 2 is what you're going to be using for your cover that we're actually going to be stitching in our part 3 video. You will also need some water-soluble stabilizer, the fabric type. I have 2 layers hooped onto my 5x7 hoop, and I'm using Magic Melt water-soluble stabilizer from Designs by JuJu Plus. You will also need a piece of craft foam and some curved tip applique scissors. So again, just like the part 1 video, I am going to be doing my stitching off camera. The reason for that is that I can show you exactly how you need to lay your fabric, as well as the stitches that run, just so that it is completely clear and there is no confusion when it's on my embroidery machine. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear these supplies out of the way, and we're going to get stitching. I have just run the first stitch, which is the placement line for my craft foam and my fabric. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my craft foam and I'm going to place it directly on top of the hoop, making sure that all of those placement stitches are covered. And then I am going to place my fabric directly on top. Next, I'm going to load my hoop back onto my machine to run the tack down stitch to secure my fabric and my foam in place. I've just run the tack down to secure my top fabric as well as my foam in place. So now, using my curved tip applique scissors, I'm going to trim away the excess fabric. Make sure that you do not trim the foam at this time, just that fabric. I've just trimmed away the excess fabric, so now I'm ready to load my hoop back onto my embroidery machine. So this next stitch is going to be a reinforcement stitch that's going to run around the entire shape of the bag here, and I do want it to coordinate with my cover thread. So make sure you're thinking ahead to what you want your top thread to be on your cover, and you'll want to load those onto your machine for this next stitch step. That reinforcement stitching is complete. The next couple of stitches are going to be the applique placement and tack down stitch for the sun. I'm going to go ahead and run those stitches off camera, and we'll check back in once that's complete. I've got my applique sun here as well as my reinforcement stitching. So the next 5 stitch steps are all decorative stitching. Make sure to reference the color chart included with your purchase for the stitch step sequence. So I'm going to go ahead and run those stitches, and we'll check back in once they're complete. I've just run all of the decorative stitching for the sun as well as the palm trees. So the next stitch is going to be the placement line for the pocket. I have 2 placement stitches here for my pocket. So you can see they're just little notches off to the side. So I'm going to take my pocket fabric with the folded edge, and I'm going to line it up just below those 2 placement stitches, right on it like so. And then I'm going to tape to secure my pocket in place. And I'm going to load my hoop back onto my embroidery machine to run the tack down stitch to secure the pocket. I've just tacked down my pocket, so here you can see it is secure right there. So now I'm going to trim away the excess fabric using my curved tip applique scissors. Again, make sure not to trim any of those stitches, and also do not trim away the foam yet. Next, I'm going to place my hoop back onto my embroidery machine to run the final reinforcement stitch. Again, you want to make sure that you are using the same color of thread and bobbin that is going to coordinate with your cover. So again, I'm going to use that pink thread and bobbin. And there we go. Our page 2 is finished stitching. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my project from my hoop. And next, I am going to carefully tear away this excess craft foam. It should remove quite easily because of that reinforcement stitching. Next, I'm going to trim away the excess water-soluble stabilizer. Trim close, but make sure not to trim any of that reinforcement stitching. And for the final step, again, I'm going to use my little water pen, and I'm just going to remove all of this excess water-soluble stabilizer along the outer edge. You could also use a cotton swab with some water. That would also work. And there we go. Our page 2 is complete. As you can see, I've used the coordinating bobbin thread. You do not need to remove this water-soluble stabilizer along the backside. You won't see it when you go to add this page 2 to our cover page, which you will see happen in our part 3 video. All right, so the first half of our video is complete. In the second half of our video, I'm going to be stitching page 3 and showing you how to attach the pockets that we stitched in our part 1 video. For the second half of our part 2 video, I'm going to be showing you how to attach the pockets that we stitched in our part 1 video to page 3 of our Molly Mine purse. Now, there are multiple pockets that are stitched throughout the purse design, so this is just going to give you the steps for how to attach the pockets since they all follow a similar process. As I stated, I'm going to be attaching my pockets to my page 3 for the Molly Mine designs. You will need fabric, again, cut according to the supply list listed within your PDF download. I'm going to be using the Essence collection, again from Riley Blake Designs. You will need embroidery thread as well as coordinating bobbins, your pockets that you've stitched in your previous accessory hoopings, some curved tip applique scissors, as well as some water-soluble stabilizer. I have 2 pieces loaded onto my 5x7 hoop of the Magic Melt water-soluble stabilizer from Designs by JuJu Plus. Let me go ahead and clear away some of these supplies, and we'll go ahead and talk about the steps that I've already completed off camera. As you can see, I already have my previous 2 pockets that I stitched in our part 1 video. Again, this pocket process is going to be the same for many of the pages within the Molly Mine purse, so this is just going to give you the general steps for how you can attach these accessory pockets to your pages. So again, I'm using the page 3 as an example. I have already went ahead and stitched some of the beginning steps, including my background fabric and some of the detail stitching. Make sure to reference your instruction PDF that comes with your purchase for all of the steps, as well as detailed pictures for each of the pages included within the Molly Mine purse. So we are ready to go ahead and start attaching our pocket. If you are stitching page 3, like myself, I'm ready to go ahead and start with stitch step number 9, which is going to be the placement line for my MP3 Pocket. Okay, so here's my placement line. And if you remember when we stitched our pocket in our accessory page, we had our outer stitching, which was our cut line, and then we had this inner stitching, which is going to be the alignment stitch for this pocket. So we are going to line up these stitches with these stitches that are on the inside of our pocket. So I'm just going to position it on top, and I would recommend folding the pocket over so you can kind of see exactly where it's going to line up. And then once you have it in the correct spot, you're going to fold it over and tape to secure it in place. And then again, check to make sure it's lined up on the other side. And again, once you have it in the correct position, tape to secure it in place. And then you're going to load it back onto your embroidery machine to run the tack down stitch to secure that pocket in place. Now that I have my pocket tacked down, I'm ready to trim away the excess fabric. So I'm going to remove my tape. And I am going to trim just outside of those tack down stitches. And as you can see, it didn't line up exactly perfect. That's okay. If you need to tear out the stitches and reposition, you definitely can. The satin stitching should cover those additional stitches that are on the inside. Just do your best to align it as best as you possibly can. All right, so I've trimmed away the excess fabric. Now I'm ready to load my hoop back onto my embroidery machine to run the satin stitch around the entirety of the pocket, leaving the opening here along the top. And there we go. So our MP3 player pocket is complete. Look how cute that is. So we have our opening here along the top for our pocket. And now we're ready to go ahead and tack down our driver's license pocket. So again, I'm going to follow those exact same steps. And my first stitch is going to be the placement line for my pocket. Once again, I've got the placement lines for my pocket. So I'm going to take my pocket I created again in my earlier accessory hooping. And once more, I'm going to line up these alignment stitches that are on the inner portion here with the placement stitches that I just ran. Once more, I'm going to position my hoop back onto my embroidery machine, turn the tack down to secure this pocket in place. Again, the pocket is tacked down, so I'm going to remove my tape and trim away the excess fabric just outside of that tack down stitch. And I'm going to load my hoop back onto my embroidery machine once more to run the final satin stitching around the outer edge of the pocket. And there we go. Our driver's license pocket is now tacked down. So you can see I have my MP3 pocket and my driver's license pocket both tacked down to my purse page. Please note that this portion of the tutorial is only to show you how to attach these pockets to the pages within your purse. I will not be finishing this page, but there are still steps that need to be completed on this page 3 in order to have it work for your purse. So just make sure to reference again that PDF with all of your instructions. I cannot reiterate that enough that you will want to reference that frequently because it does have so many great step-by-step pictures as well as detailed notes for how to complete this book. I did just want to show you how to attach the pockets that you stitch in your accessory pages. So I hope that this portion was helpful. In today's part 2 video, we discussed how to stitch a page in the Molly Mine purse, as well as how to attach the pockets that we stitched in our part 1 video. I hope you have enjoyed today's tutorial. Remember, this is part 2 of a 6-part series on how to complete the Molly Mine purse available from Designs by JuJu. Make sure to come back again for parts 3 through 6, and if you haven't checked out part 1, make sure to do that as well. Make sure to check the description box below for additional helpful links. Also, make sure to check out the Designs by JuJu Blessing Facebook group for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. We hope to see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Happy stitching!